Periscope Twitter here. So this is what I'm signing. Hey guys, all right, I'm about to do a book signing that starts in 3 minutes. Go to the link. You can watch from here if you want, but if you want to order a personalized autograph, this is a very unusual, cool thing that's happening right now. I can personalize it to you. Go to the link in the description of this post, and you'll see, because I'll be talking this way during the whole thing. And I can leave this on, but I'll be talking this way. Giving a little presentation on my book, The Times Machine, and taking questions there and signing these for you guys. So you can go on to their website and click Save My Spot. And then and then you can click the thing that says Purchase Book and get a personalized autograph for it. And then they'll send you that. So I'm going to just sign a big stack of them here to all you guys and mail them back, and then they'll go to you. It's pretty cool. All right, so we are getting very, very close. Yes. Hello, Ricky from Long Island. The Gold Cafe, that's a cool name. I'm wearing headphones because I'm listening to, because I'm doing the book signing in this direction. I don't know. I've been doing everything from home, all this press, and I've gotten used to having these headphones on. I just feel like I hear better. I don't know. It's psychological, maybe, but I do hear better. The link, where's the link? Gold Cafe, it's in the description. So can you see the description for this? I thought it would be there, but I don't really know how to tell from looking at it here. Which book for your 3-year-old nephew? You know what? Probably Math Time Shapes is a good one. It teaches all the shapes, like baby geometry. How much is the book? On their website, you can't click on it though. Oh, you can't click on it. Okay, well, you know what you can do? Go to my bio, either Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and I've got a Linktree link. Click on that, and the first link that comes up is this event. So just go to my bio. So you can just click out of this, go to my bio, click on my name, go to my bio. And I don't know how to, the bio is not as easy to find on Facebook, but I think on Facebook the link works. Is that right? That the link works on Facebook? Oh, we're like 1 minute away. Oh, cool. Awesome. But that's going to scroll right up and then be gone. But can you see it in, like, so you're looking at the Facebook right now. Can you see it in the description, and is it clickable? Hopefully. Oh, all these people are signing up now. Oh, hi, Mom. My mom's on there. Just Mahela is her name. Oh, she was answering the poll. Are you a parent? Yeah, she's a parent. She's my parent. She's not a, she's a grandparent of somebody who is the right age for this, my son. Yeah, student and parent. So you guys, I'm switching over now officially. Come check me out. We're doing this book signing right now. It's super cool. I'm signing autographs, personalized autographs for your books. So come hang out. And sorry I won't be able to look at you, but come over here to my book signing. And again, if you don't know where the link is, maybe periodically I'll remind people, but it's in my bio. The link is in my bio on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So hey, so we've officially started, yes? Am I on? Oh, not yet. Okay. I'm about to be live. You guys are seeing the behind the scenes. You'll warn me? Okay. Watch out. That's true. I can't tell. Okay. What? What tells you to take a deep breath? You know, that's not very confidence inspiring, is it? It's funny. Okay, sounds great. Hey, hello everyone. Sure. Uh, yeah, yes, I see. Well, I don't want to talk over you. Do you mean type? Did you mean for, oh, see, I've got my ring light that's blocking me. I'll wait. I'll wait. Yes. I probably will anyway. It does. Oh, yes. I'm exhausted listening to all this. I am so happy to be here. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Making math fun and silly and goofy and memorable is definitely my jam. You know, I have always loved a good challenge, and math definitely gives that to you. But I remember when I was in the seventh grade, I hit a rough patch with math. I'd always considered math to be challenging and kind of, I struggled with it here and there. But in the seventh grade, I had a teacher who just didn't make sense to me. I'm sure he was perfectly fine, but I didn't get it. And I used to literally come home and cry because I was afraid of approaching my math homework. And I don't know if anybody watching here has had that experience either as a kid or a student or when you were a kid. Let me know. I love this being interactive. Hey, what's that noise? Are you hearing that noise? Oh, it's like I think there's some interference on the microphone. No, it's a motorcycle. Okay, fair, fair enough. So anyway, uh, if you, I mean, I think we can all relate to that feeling of when you are going to be handed a math test and you just have this feeling of dread. Like, I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I remember feeling lost and confused. I felt stupid. And my parents were so supportive and so loving and so just encouraging and saying, hey, just do your best. It's not, we'll get you a tutor, we'll get you and I was just lost. Well, midway through the year, a new teacher came in. And suddenly, the exact same material that had been so confusing to me made sense. And not only did it make sense, it was fun. I remember her teaching functions, comparing them to sausage factories. And so whatever, it was so fun. I always hear Joy and Sharon are saying that you guys were afraid of math. It's you know what's challenging about math? It's a foreign language. And if that foreign language isn't translated properly, like with sausage factories, for example, then if it's not translated in a way that's entertaining and interesting, then it can remain foreign and scary. So not only does math come off as boring to some people, but also scary and foreign. And that's all in the presentation. And that's what I really learned in the 7th grade without even realizing that's what I was learning. What I thought I was learning was, oh, hey, I'm not stupid in math after all. But what I was actually, but yeah, the piece of information, the wisdom that I would take with me for many, many, many years into my future was that it's the presentation of math that can make all the difference. And so, but I just got into math and I would take all the honors classes. It was still always a challenge for me. There's something else I want to say just about stereotypes in math that affected me. Some people say, yeah, some math teachers were not good at teaching. And, a lot of teachers are thrown in to teaching math when that wasn't their expertise. But there's a lack of math teachers for some reason. And so a lot of teachers who aren't necessarily trained in that or generalists will be asked to be a math teacher. And they're being a hero. They're coming in to help, but maybe that's not their thing. And so it's an extra challenge and they're doing their best, but maybe they're not going to connect with students as easily. I'm seeing these people. Adam, the current crowd for my books is younger kids. I have books from ages 0 to 16 at McKellar Math. I've got middle school, high school, geometry, all that kind of stuff. Cecilia, you also had, yeah. Misconceptions about math. Yeah. So thank you, Barbara. So I really started loving math. And yes, it was still a challenge. When I got to college, though, I will tell you, these insidious stereotypes that surround math got to me, and I didn't even realize it. So math has a lot of bad stereotypes attached to it. I would love to hear what you guys think some of them are, like what you've heard. Although I'm concerned that the delay is a little bit long on this. Do you know what the delay is? It might be about 30 seconds, I think. So I'll sort. Okay. I don't know if it's HD or not, but anyway, I'll come back to them then. But one of the stereotypes is that girls aren't going to be as good at math as boys. It just is. I mean, that's slowly changing, but it is still with us. And so girls end up getting a little more intimidated and their confidence drops actually in middle school. If you look at the numbers, you look at the studies, middle school is when girls' confidence in math drops way below, before their grades drop, their confidence drops. And that's a big deal because if you have a belief system that you're not going to be good at math or that you're not good at math, then when you do hit a stumbling block, and there are always going to be math will provide you with challenges that feel like stumbling blocks. When that happens, when you have that one bad test or a tough teacher or just a class that you don't click with, you're not necessarily going to see that as temporary stumbling block. You're more likely, if you have the belief system that you're not going to be good at math, you're more likely to see that as evidence of what you've known deep down all along. And gosh darn it, not sure why it took so long for me to finally see the evidence that I'm not good at math, but I knew it. it's so our perceptions of ourselves are so important. So that's why, like my first book that I wrote, Math Doesn't Suck, tried to make this as fun and girly as possible. Let's break some stereotypes. Let's break the stereotypes of what a mathematician looks like. And I wish that this had been around. Yeah, I wish that this had been around when I was little because, when I was going into college. I can't believe I'm old enough to think that that's little now. Wow. Anyway, so when I was little and going to college, I didn't think I'd be able to handle college math. I didn't think I'd be able to handle it. And when I look back, it's like, why did I think I wouldn't be able to handle college math? I had graduated in like the top, sorry, someone's ringing the doorbell. I graduated in the top 3% of my high school class. And I had gotten like the highest score you can get on the calculus AP BC exam. So going into going into college from that, you have to ask yourself, well, what made me think I wouldn't be good at math? Because I was afraid of taking math in college. Despite all of the success I'd had in junior high and high school after that new teacher came in, I was really intimidated. And if I'm honest with myself, it's because I didn't look the part. I didn't look the part. So that's why I'm like, all right, now we look the part. My mom wants to know if I'm going to tell my earrings story. Sure. All right. Stereotypes. So thanks, Mom. That's a good one. So when I was in the ninth grade, I had a science teacher, and this science teacher, oh, you went away. Does that matter? Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Oh, I'm like, do I have cool earrings on now? I don't. That's because I'm wearing headphones. Anyway, I wish I had earrings to like somehow demonstrate with the story. But here's the earring story. So I was in the ninth grade, and I liked to wear big earrings. That was just kind of my thing. And we had a school uniform, and so I like to, you like to express yourself where you can. And our first science test, I got an A. And I will never forget the teacher coming over to me and saying, "Gosh, I gotta admit, I didn't expect you were going to do so well. You just seem more like a C student to me. You just seem like a C student." And I'm like, why? I don't know. You just seem so outgoing and you wear such big earrings. And at the time, of course, this infuriated me. I'm like, oh, well, I'll prove that wrong. And I was very indignant about it, not realizing that these things do sink in. But here's the most surprising part of the story. Would you believe it? The teacher was a woman. So that is my earring story. Thank you, Mom, for suggesting that. Yes, Brent. Oh, Brent, you're a fifth grade teacher. Thank you. Yes, you know what, Andrew? It's true that girls do just fine in math. The problem is that the confidence starts to drop somewhere in middle school. And as those stereotypes start to matter to kids, stereotypes don't matter mostly to kids unless their parents are saying something to them. If your parent is telling you you're not going to be good at math, then yes, at 8 years old, you're 8 years old, you will be affected by that. But society creeps in, and we start noticing it around middle school, because middle school is the time when kids start caring about what other people think, and they want to fit in. They want to be part of the cool crowd. They're not just little kids playing in the playground anymore. Now they become very self-aware, and they're starting to think about things like identity and who am I? Especially girls are fascinated with who am I. If you look at like all like the quizzes, like, are you a good friend? Are you a good kisser? Are you like, it's fast. You're like, I can't, I mean, even if I was presented with one of these quizzes now, I'd still probably take the quiz. Like, I don't know, who wrote this quiz? Should I care what they think of me? No, but it's irresistible. We want to know who we are. And so when you're trying to figure out who you are as a tween, and you're so concerned with your reputation and if you're going to be popular or not, then if you're too aware of stereotypes, and they're all around, they tell you that pretty girls, smart girls aren't going to be popular. They're not the cute, fun ones, and you think you have to choose. Then a lot of girls are going to end up shying away from that, and also believing that they don't belong in math. So again, major goal of mine is to break stereotypes. Yes. 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 Yes, in the back of both. So I've got Do Not Open This Math Book. That's for eight. That's for first and second grade. For third and fourth grade, really second through fifth grade, anybody who's learning multiplication tables, times tables, and doing division, the times machine. And in both of these I have a new math translation guide for grown-ups in the back of the book because yes, the math looks very different. But also throughout both books, I will do the techniques that they're showing now. Sometimes they're a little overly complicated. Sometimes they're pretty cool, actually, and they're very visual and help. Sometimes they're a little much. Whatever. Not here to judge, just here to help. So I'll show the way they're doing it now. I'll show the way that we did it. And then I'll show how they're really the same thing. They're just kind of dressed up differently. And I still remember it in the back of near the end of the Times Machine when I'm doing long division. And I'm showing how they do it now with these like super complicated discs, place value charts and columns, and you're like, what is this? So, and this was something I fought for hard because it's hard to fit it all onto these 2 pages, but I wanted to do the problem both ways, like every single step outline. Here's this and here's this, and it's actually the same thing. It's just looks a little different the way they do it, but that way you can kind of go, oh, I can translate this. I can see what this is. Too many parents are telling me their kids are 7 and 8 and they don't know how to help them with their math homework. And that is unacceptable to me. I know. I know. Yeah, this is unprecedented, the way parents are needing to be responsible for their kids' education and are unprepared to do so. You know, there's no warning. I choose to homeschool my son. But it's just like, well, okay. So what I did actually on my Instagram, I've got like on the bio, the profile page, there are those circles, and on one of the circles, the highlights, one of them is called School at Home, and I did a bunch of videos, little tips, tricks, methods that I've learned over the last several years with Draco that help kids to focus when they're homeschooling and make things more engaging. And Draco, even my son, even helped me act out some of them. So you can see there resources for you guys. I'm here for you. And I'm so happy that yes, the timing of this book, the Times Machine has good timing. It came out, and now at McKellar Math, I have books that cover every age, 0 to 16, the entire curriculum. And it couldn't have happened at a better time. Oh, the videos that which video you're talking about? Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, you're talking about at mckellarmath.com. There's one of the pages is fun links. You're talking about a math doesn't suck video. I did a little mini series of I think 4 episodes. It was a long time ago. I think it was 2011. I guess is that a long time ago? 9 years? I don't know. I believe that's when we did it. Yeah, it does. Last month seems like forever ago right now. So yes, I have. So I have videos. If you go to mckellarmath.com, click on fun links, and you'll see videos, all sorts of silly videos. I did a video series called Math Bites in 2013 or 2014, where I do all sorts of funny, silly things. I mean, it's all about being helpful and fun and entertaining at the same time. I've been an entertainer and actress my whole life. I love math. Why not make entertaining math books? I just don't see a reason not to. And these, the Times Machine and Do Not Open This Math Book, are very graphic novel style. They've got tons of comics and cartoon characters. There's the ways of memorizing the multiplication tables are all with a story and a poem and like a visual characters. You got Mr. Mouse. Mr. Mouse and Miss Squirrel are 2 recurring characters throughout the book, as well as the Danica cartoon. And speaking of stereotypes and things, just seeing the female, the one who knows what's going on in this book, the Danica cartoon, is a female, I think that stuff gets in. It's just little subtle messaging. Oh, cool, Jackie. So Jackie just ordered a book, and someone else just said that too, but I missed it. Yeah, so you guys, if you click on the green button, you can purchase a book through their website, and you can fill out a form so that I will sign you a personalized autograph. This opportunity does not happen very often. And a quick shout out to the people watching over here on Facebook. Come join me over at the link. Click on the link in the description. So click on my name or click on, well, or here. This is the address. Kind of. I think I lost connection on Periscope, but I'm definitely on Facebook over here. So you can order an autograph. This is a very unusual thing. I'm really excited that you guys are doing this. Thank you so much for creating this opportunity to get to sign autographs for people, like personalized ones. Aw. They did. Yeah, Math Doesn't Suck. The first book came out right when the Wimpy Kid series started, I believe. Because we were both on the New York Times bestseller list at the same time. It's very exciting, as I recall. Yeah. Well, you know what? This book, it's a Flexibound, so they don't have a category for that. So there's no. I mean, it could be on some other best-selling list, but yeah, it was on Amazon's pick for July, and also we made it up to number 10 on Thursday on Amazon of the most purchased books. Crazy. Hmm. Oh wait, somebody's saying I just ordered a copy. Did I have to do something extra to get the personalized autograph? But you do because you have to put what name. There's a, she's all over it. Oh, that's great, Amy. So Amy says that they pre-ordered earlier this year, but you want the autographed copy, so they just ordered one and will donate the pre-ordered copy to your daughter's teacher. That is beautiful. I'm so glad. That's so great. I really appreciate that. I love donating books to teachers and libraries. It's just such a beautiful thing. So thank you so much. Yes. Yes. Amazing. It was supposed to come out April 2nd. That was going to be a worldwide premiere, and then they delayed it. So it was going to be in theaters. It's going to be in theaters. They were doing one day in theaters all across the country, and they had to postpone it. Yes. Well, and that she's Dolly Parton is better than you think she's going to be. Dolly Parton is absolutely incredible. She's a gem. She's kind and generous and welcoming. She walks into a room and she knows that everybody is just like this, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Dolly Parton's here. And she just says, she walked in, we were shooting this big theater. For her first scene was in this big theater. She walks on stage, she goes, Merry Christmas, everybody. And everyone's just like, oh, like everybody, she knows how to make everyone feel comfortable and happy. And she's such a pro. She wanted to rehearse again and again and again. And she didn't have to do that. She's Dolly Parton. You know, she could fake her way through it. But she's like, do you mind if we rehearse again? I'm like, I would love to keep rehearsing with you. Can we rehearse all day long? She's the best. And yes, her charity, the Imagination Library, shows one of my books, Goodnight Numbers, for inclusion, and it's been in for a few years now. The amazing thing about that charity is take they take popular children's books and they make low cost versions of them. So the authors don't make much money at all, if anything at all, but they get it out to so many kids. Goodnight Numbers, I think, is out to almost 700,000 kids now because of this charity. These are kids that wouldn't normally be able to afford their own books. It's a beautiful, beautiful organization. She's donated, I think, 125 million books to kids over the last 25 years. I think it's 140 million now. I follow them on Instagram and I see their updates. I think it's 140. Yeah, I know. What's crazy is that I didn't know anything about the charity until my book was admitted into it. I guess it's not in California much. That's probably why. Yeah. Yeah. I have nothing to do with the project. This is not, I have no idea what their plans are. I don't think I'll be involved in it at all, but I'm very curious to see what they do with it. A lot of great people, a lot of great people involved. So we'll see. Hmm. Oh, well, gosh, I don't really have a writing schedule. Let me start off with how did I start writing? So when it was the year 2000, I was invited to speak in front of Congress about the importance of women in mathematics. And I did a bunch of research, and they like had this big 100-page report that they sent me on the issue of women and minorities in mathematics. And I read through the whole thing, taking notes. I was just out of college, so I was super like studious and just absorbed it all. And it was clear that middle school was the time when girls' confidence started to drop. That's where I first learned that. Before I witnessed it in person, and I can tell you about that if you want to hear that. Somebody remind me about noticing girls' confidence dropping at that age. So I was studying this issue and thinking about it a lot. And then in 2005, years later, for some reason, the New York Times decided to do a story about me and the math paper that I'd co-authored back in college, the theorem that I helped to prove. And it said between series, because at that point I was on the West Wing, meaning the Wonder Years in the West Wing, between series, actress becomes a superstar in math. And it showed a clip of the paper that I'd written and all this other stuff. Well, two different literary agents reached out to my manager at the time and said, "Hey, we think there's a book in here somewhere." And I had been thinking about the issue of girls in their confidence dropping in middle school. I've been thinking about it since I'd spoken in Congress 5 years prior. And I remember when this was suggested to me that I write a book, like, well, what kind of book would you want to write? I'm like, to help middle school girls in math. I want to help middle school girls in math. And they're like, okay, we took a few meetings in New York. The response from publishers was amazing. I signed a book deal like almost immediately. And when I started writing the book, I remember feeling like I'd been waving my arms around and somebody picked me up and put me in the water and I was already swimming. Like I knew what I wanted to say. I knew how I wanted to say it. I wanted to make math fun and relatable and make girls feel at home in math and make girls know for sure they did not have to choose between being a smart girl and being a fun friend. These books are a little bit older, so there are little sketches and stuff, but it's for middle school. It's a little more, but all throughout it, I'll have like testimonials of women, young women who are fun and cute and look like they'd be like a popular friend in school who were afraid of math and now are doing great things with math in their career. And this is all throughout the book. I've got tons of little inspirational stories and sidebars. If I can find it, I'll read you this one about, well, I'm not going to find it in time, but it's basically it's called Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. And I talk about how a diamond is formed deep under the Earth's crust with millions of years of pressure and it's heat and pressure. And that's what makes the diamond sparkly. So to think of yourself that way, think of yourself as forming right now. When things are hard, you feel like you're under pressure and you stick with it. You are crystallizing. You are becoming that sparkly diamond that's going to shine, but you have to put the work in. Things like that. What do we know what age? So, I mean, to the point of being bored, yeah, well, that's kind of, like I've said, it's kind of my jam, making math fun. Because it's a language, it's a language, and you can talk about anything in the language of math. You can talk about your taxes, or you can talk about something awesome, like the probability of picking, I don't know, for the right lip gloss out of a bag of lip glosses at a party. Whatever it is, you can put it in a context that's fun and relatable, or not. 11, okay. Yeah, well, fractions, okay, so see, if you're 11, then yeah, fractions is a thing you're probably spending a lot of time with. One thing that I like to think about is I call some, like if you do a fraction like 3/3 or 4/4, and these are really useful when you're finding equivalent fractions, or if you want to divide by 4 and divide by 4, if you're reducing your fraction, whatever it is. I call these copycat fractions. So anytime I deal with one of these, oh, look, I found it. All copycat fractions are equal to 1. So there's my little copycat. And so even when you're just doing something like that, when you're calling the fraction the copycat fraction, that's how I teach my son. It's just a little more fun. So yeah, it's a challenge sometimes to take dry math concepts and make them fun, but that's what I do, and that's part of the challenge that I love about being an author. And then in the Times Machine, the new book, I mean, gosh, I do all sorts of crazy things, and they time travel. So here they're in the Pirates of the Caribbean, essentially. And they go see dinosaurs. Oh, they're the dinosaurs. And all while learning math. And usually the comics have something to do with the actual math lesson itself. Quite a bit to do with them, actually. It's again a really fun challenge. And let's see. Oh, so I think I've mentioned that when teaching the multiplication facts, I have a story or a poem or whatever that goes with it, but I have not shared with you the one that I've been talking about lately. Some of you guys, if you've seen me on a talk show, you might have heard me say this. Been making the rounds. But when you guys are learning your multiplication tables, that can be kind of boring, right? It's like rote memorization, talk about the same thing again and again, like Kyle was mentioning. Here's one. 6 times 7 equals 42. It's one of those ones that it's harder to learn because they're the bigger numbers kind of, and there's just a lot of them. It's hard to remember all of them. Well, if you give them a story and a little poem, they're not as hard to learn. For example, imagine for the 6. So 6 times 7 equals 42. 6. Imagine a 6-sided block of cheese. Big block of cheese. And Mr. Mouse, who is one of the main characters in this, we've got Mr. Mouse and Miss Squirrel and then Danica, of course. Mr. Mouse loves cheese. I mean, I think all mice love cheese, but he really loves cheese. He loves cheese so much that he's going to eat one of these 6-sided blocks of cheese every day for a full week. Yes, every day for a full week. 7 days. For 7 days, he's going to eat this 6-sided block of cheese. At the end of all that cheese, he gets full and farty too. Yeah. So here's the thing. If you're laughing, you're not stressed. And you're probably not bored either. But more importantly, you're going to remember that 6 times 7 is 42. So there you go. This is the kind of stuff I do through the entire book. And it's really fun and nice to know, because I've already been getting a lot of comments from you guys. And the reviews on Amazon have been amazing. Just knowing that already a lot of kids are finding success learning their multiplication facts, and that makes me super happy. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. Yeah. Oh wow. So pre-algebra. I wonder, are you this one? That's Kiss My Math. I wonder if you have that one. This one I actually wrote in 2008. And this covers where this picks up where this leaves off. So Kiss My Math is solving for x, negative numbers. It's a lot of variables, graphing inequalities, things like that. So anyway, I hope that you either have this or you might get it, and it could be give you some fun fodder. But I'm sure you're doing an amazing job, and that's just so wonderful to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, math doesn't suck. This math doesn't suck is fractions, decimals, percents, proportions, beginning stages of solving for x. That's what this is really great for. Yeah, and any adult who is saying, "Hey, I wish I was better at math. I wish I could remember things that come into everyday life." This is the one for sure. And then, Kiss My Math is great for like sixth, seventh grade. This is fifth or sixth. This is sixth or seventh grade, where you're getting into negative numbers and really dealing with the variables, multiplying, dividing. So that's what this one. And then I've got the algebra book. Hang on, got a bunch of books here. This is like been writing books for 13 years. Hot X. This is the algebra book. This is good old Algebra 1. So we go through, all the stuff that we did in math doesn't suck, but with variables this time. The distributive property with variables and fractions with variables, and then we do everything like FOIL, reverse FOIL, factoring. We've got functions. We've got the quadratic formula. Yeah, so tons of great stuff. All Algebra 1 is in here. And then the final book, the oldest kid book that I have written is, where is it? There's one. Girls Get Curves, Geometry Takes Shape. This one has proofs. You will learn how to do a geometry proof with this book. Proofs I always found to be the most challenging thing in geometry, in high school geometry. And so in geometry, it was actually a little bit challenging for me. I had to work harder at it than I did algebra. So it was a really, really fun challenge, becoming an uber expert at all this stuff and then making it really fun. So yeah, this is legit high school geometry. And I know these books look like they're just for girls. Boys use them all the time. In fact, my literary agent in New York, for all I know, she's watching right now, her son just last year was using this book, and she sent me the email. She's like, I cannot even tell you how grateful I am that we have this book. My son used it. It really helped him. He understands proofs, and it's great to hear. Of course, she helped to make this book happen. Oh, Danielle says her first grader is still laughing about the 6 times 7 equals 42. That's great. Good. Hang on one second. Hey guys on Facebook, I know I'm totally ignoring you. I want you to go over and go to my book signing that I'm doing right now. I'm doing a live book signing. Sorry, I wrote it on this piece of paper. But check me out over there. That's what I'm doing. I only have this running as sort of like behind the scenes, but I'm going to be signing autographs. You guys can order books through their website, and I will sign you a personalized autograph. So that is why I'm ignoring you. I don't mean to. Normally, I would never ignore you guys. That is what's going on. So go check me out, and then I'll be looking directly at you. Oh gosh, I did palindromes for years. I wrote palindrome. Well, when Draco was a tiny baby, and well, probably his first year of his life, when I was breastfeeding him, I was just sitting there for 45 minutes every night, and I would write a palindrome, and then I would do. People would have to guess what the palindrome was based on my clue, and then I realized that wasn't going to work long term, and then I did one a week for years. I just stopped last year. So let me see. Okay, one of my favorite palindromes is one that I wrote, actually. And so the clue for it is, paraphrase this, lots of alien boogers. Lots of alien boogers. Lots of alien ship boogers. So think about that, see if you can come up with a palindrome. It's a 4-word palindrome. So I'll give that to you. Taco Cat is a personal favorite, yes. That's a good one. I like that. Taco Cat, good palindrome. Thank you, Craig. Yes, this guy named Craig over here. Thank you so much for giving that. Hopefully that link will work. But go to anunlikelystory.com. It should be obvious, right? The event's probably front and center somehow, I hope. Oh, great. So go to the event page of, leave Facebook and go to the event page of anunlikelystory.com. And you can see be there. And you can order a personalized autograph, which is great. Yes, and for anybody, somebody was saying that they had trouble ordering, why don't you call the store? If not today, tomorrow. I have a feeling that she's going to take care of you and make it happen. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's great. But they can, but did you say that like that the link for buying a book and ordering a personalized autograph stays up for after like a day or two after the event? Okay. Oh, great. Somebody says 40, yeah, 48 hours. So from now for 48 hours, you can actually go to that and order a personalized um, book from me. Yeah, book plate, and then it'll be in the book and you'll get it. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, yeah, it really has been. And I want to mention, in case if any of you guys are looking for a camp for your kids, there's something called Story Pirates that I'm doing, and I'm the week of July 20th. So if you go to my Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, you'll see a link. And like I've got this link tree. It's so great. So I have multiple links, and one of the links is for the Story Pirates event. So you can register your kid for that. And hey, somebody got it. Somebody got the palindrome. Tons of UFO snot. Great job. Great job. Be happy Lisa. I almost forgot about that. I'm so glad we didn't leave that hanging. Thank you, Lisa, for doing that. Tons of UFO. Yes, lots of alien ship boogers. Tons of UFO snot. Yeah. Yes. That would be wonderful. I would love that. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Hey guys, thank you so much for your patience. Yeah, so I've been on a book signing. I was doing a book signing. I haven't actually signed the books yet. They're going to send me a list of everybody who has ordered the book, everybody who has ordered a book, and then the nameplate that goes in it that I will personally sign for you guys. And they told me that the link's going to be up for 48 hours from now. I think it's 48 hours from now, or maybe 48 hours from when the book signing started. But you have a couple days to go ahead and order it. So I really hope that you will take that opportunity and that I get to sign personalized autograph for you. It was really fun doing that. And I hope some of you guys went over there and joined in because I felt bad not looking at the screen. People are joining over here on Periscope now that that's over. What am I working on next? Oh my goodness. I think I need to like go chill. I think I'm gonna have to go chill somewhere, relax. But I am working on a book for 2022. How do you find my books on Amazon? It's so easy, Dave. Type in Danica McKellar math books and you'll find them all. Or if you want to go to mckellarmath.com, then you can see all my books and the ages that they're good for. And then once you're there, then you can click from there, and it'll take you to either the Amazon link. You'll like have a bunch of choices for where to buy the book. Oh, cool, Jana! I'm so glad you ordered an autographed book. That's great. Oh, Kim from the event is just texting me. It was so much fun. All right, I'm gonna go. I've been recording stuff all day long. I need to like go rest my voice and drink some water. But I would seriously, I could talk about this all day long. Yes, they are kids' books that make math fun for kids, Ricky. All ages zero. Well, when I say all ages, I mean ages 0 through 16. Yoga time. That's a great idea, Salt Rock. I might actually do that right now because you said it. Can you order another? Yes, you can order another math book that I can sign. Yes, they have. Which books do they have there? They've got Times Machine. They've got Do Not Open This Math Book. They've got Math Doesn't Suck and Kiss My Math. I believe they only have those four. I'm pretty sure. Um, but that's a good selection. Do not open this math. Do not open. I'm so tired. Do not open this math book is for first and second graders. The Times Machine is for third, fourth graders, but really second through fifth. Anybody doing multiplication or division. And then Math Doesn't Suck is middle school, so fifth and sixth grade. It's like sixth and seventh grade. For high school algebra 2, I don't really have an algebra 2 book. However, the first half of algebra 2 is a lot of algebra 1. And this book really thoroughly covers algebra 1, which means it covers like the first half of algebra 2. I highly recommend it, especially if your kid was struggling with algebra 1. This will fill in all those gaps, which is more important than you know. And yes, for learning differences, my books tend to be really useful because they're very conversational and friendly, if that makes sense. So they're very like chatty. There's a lot of like humanity in them. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out and have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope that you will go onto the Unlikely Story website if you haven't yet and order a book and a personalized autograph so I can sign it for you and have a wonderful night. Bye.